Eastleigh, a neighborhood where life never stops, markets bustle from sunrise to sunset. The air is filled with the aroma of Somali cuisine, and families weave their dreams amidst the daily grind. But in October 2024, this vibrant hub was thrust into the national spotlight, not for its cultural richness, but for a gruesome crime that left 3 lives brutally taken. A mother, her young daughter, and their niece, all murdered in cold blood. Their names, once known only to those close to them, became etched in the collective memory of a nation. But how did such a heinous act unfold? Who was behind it, and why? These are the questions that haunt Eastleigh to this day. As we delve into the chilling details of this case, we must ask ourselves, how well do we really know those around us? Could the perpetrators of such evil be among us? 38-year-old Waris Daud was a pillar of her family, a mother who worked tirelessly to provide for her daughter Amina and her niece Nuseiba. Known for her warm smile and dedication, Waris was a kind woman who earned the respect of everyone she met. Her daughter Amina, only 22 years old, had her dreams as vibrant as the streets she called home. And Nuseiba, a sweet and curious child, was adored by all who knew her. They were just like any other family, kind, humble, always ready to help. It's hard to believe that someone would harm them. But as their story reminds us, tragedy can strike without warning, and even the safest of spaces can turn into scenes of horror. What could they have done to deserve such a fate? Or was their only crime being in the wrong place at the wrong time? On October 21st, 2024, Waris Daud was picked up by her taxi driver, unaware of the darkness that was about to descend. At 8 p.m., a Nissan Note, registration KDQ 718Y, stopped outside the apartment. Behind the wheel was 24-year-old Hashim Dagane. Waris was seen off by her daughter Amina. It seemed like an ordinary pickup, but hours later, the horrifying truths will be revealed. By dawn, the bodies of 3 women will be found, each disposed in different locations, in Pangani, Machakos, and Bahati. Their bodies were badly mutilated.
As regards the Eastleigh 3, we are also progressing very well. We are able to identify the persons behind that heinous and reprehensible act, and we are closing in on them. So we are doing very well, and very soon you will hear from us. They will be arrested, prosecuted, and taken before court.
Why were they targeted? What could drive someone to such brutality? Was this a random act of violence, or was it something more sinister? The answers will soon come to light, but they would only deepen the mystery. The DCI wasted no time. Their first lead came from a CCTV footage which tracked Hashim's vehicle across multiple locations. Investigators meticulously pieced together the suspect's movements, building a timeline of the night's events. Investigations revealed that hours after picking Waris, Hashim called Amina and asked her to go pick up her mother. Hashim used Waris' cell phone to make the call. He even offered to pick the girls and take them to their mother. Moments later, the Nissan Note picked up the two girls, Amina and Nuseiba, who thought they were going to pick up their ill mother. This was the last time they were seen alive. The Nissan Note was later found abandoned at Okulima Market, a bustling hub in Nairobi. Forensic teams combed through the vehicle, uncovering crucial evidence that linked Hashim directly to the crime. But the evidence also raised more questions than answers. It was clear that this wasn't a random act. The precision with which the bodies were dumped suggested planning. But what was the motive, and why such cold brutality? As the investigations unfolded, one thing became evident. The victims may have known their killer. This revelation sent shockwaves through the community, forcing residents to question how well they truly know those around them. Through interviews and analyses, detectives began piecing a theory. This was not a random crime. It was a botched ransom plot. Sources revealed that the suspects initially intended to extort money from the family, but something went horribly wrong. The evidence suggests that Wariz recognized one of her captors. At that moment, the plan unraveled. The suspects panicked, and in their desperation, they decided to silence the victims. Was this simply a case of greed spiraling out of control? Or were there deeper motives at play? Could jealousy or betrayal have driven someone to commit such an atrocity? These are the questions that remain unanswered, but they continue to haunt the minds of those who seek justice. With Hashim identified as the prime suspect, the DCI launched a nationwide manhunt. His face was circulated widely, and tips began pouring in from across the country. For days, Hashim managed to evade capture, but the walls were closing in. Finally, after days on the run, Hashim was arrested in Eastleigh, not far from where the crime had unfolded. But his capture was only the beginning. What about his accomplice, and how many more secrets were yet to be uncovered? For Eastleigh, the murders left a wound that may never fully heal. A community that once thrived on trust was now gripped by fear and suspicion. Yet, in the face of such tragedy, the people of Eastleigh found strength in unity.
Usalama uweze kuimarishwa. Tunataka polisi waongezwe katika mitaa yetu, na hawa polisi si wa kukuja kunyanyasa wananchi, ni wa kukuja kuhakikisha kwamba kuna usalama unadumu katika mitaa yetu.
Ultimately, this story is about more than just a crime. It's about the fragility of trust, the resilience of communities, and the relentless pursuit of justice. As we remember Wariz, Amina, and Nuseiba, we must ask ourselves, what can we do to ensure such a tragedy never happens? These murders remind us of the darkness that can lurk even in the most vibrant places, but they also remind us of the strength of the human spirit, the determination to seek justice. As we close this chapter, we remember the lives lost and vow to never forget their names. Rest in peace, Wariz Dawood, Amina, and Nuseiba. May Allah grant you eternal peace.